Hey, welcome to KirbKast today. Today I have with me in the studio is Kyle Rudker, one of the guitarists here down in Orlando, Full Sail. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man.
Good to hear from you. I'm glad you have us in the studio. So tell me, right off the bat, explain who you are, man. Who is Kyle Rudker?
I would like to say that I'm a musician. I feel like I'm a pretty good musician, and I'm down here learning my craft, learning how to record myself.
All right. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing guitar. Well, that's my main instrument, so I've been playing that for like over a decade.
Cool. What made you start playing?
Well, my parents asked me if I wanted to do something other than sports because I was playing like baseball and I don't sports.
It's all right.
And so they asked me if I wanted to do anything else, and I said guitar because I was listening to like AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, and I wanted to be like Slash or Angus Young, and
Those were your role models, your idols for that type.
yeah.
So it's like rock mainly your big thrill on music?
Well, that's what got me started, and now I've just like explored other genres like blues and jazz, and I'm kind of leaning towards like playing jazz music a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess I could call myself a little bit like a jazz musician because I use a lot of 7 chords and major 7s, minor 7s.
Oh yeah.
9 chords.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So being a guitarist, it takes a lot of work. Everybody out there can play guitar, drums. Singing's probably the hardest thing to learn to do. You have to be born with it, or you got to pay tons of money to do.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes you stand out from other guitarists out there?
Well, I think every guitarist has like their unique sound because the guitar is like a way to show your vocals in a way, like show who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And through the guitar, so everybody has their own sound no matter how they play or if they're trying to or not trying to.
Right.
And I think I have a unique sound. I guess it's kind of like blues rock, a little bit like Slash, and so yeah, the early rock.
You got a good mixture there, huh?
Yeah.
So is like rock more of your strength then, because you're still just like picking up the blues type of style?
Well, I've got the blues pretty much down. I've been playing that since I've been playing, basically. So.
Oh, cool.
What
would be your favorite blues artist? Mine would be like B.B. King or Jack White.
Yeah, I was gonna say B.B. King. I like Muddy Waters too.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Oh.
I like Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
I'm from Memphis, and there's a whole lot of blues going down there. Same with the jazz crowd and the bluegrass.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with it my whole life. My parents did a good job on putting me around the good music. So where are you from?
I'm from Salem, Connecticut.
Salem, Connecticut.
Really small town. Probably no one's ever heard of it. But
how small are we talking?
It's got like 4,000. Just became 4,000.
Really?
People. Yeah, it was like in 3,000s for a long time. But
goodness.
Yeah, so it's pretty small.
You guys got electricity?
I can't remember. Yeah, we do, but I think there's more cows in Salem than anything else and people. So,
all right. So, tell me about the town other than the cows. What does Salem have to offer?
Well, we are a really close knit community. We always have like festivals, and we just gather around each other and support if we need anything, or
everybody scratch each other's back.
Yeah.
That's a good town to be around, especially being from there. How big is Connecticut in itself? I've never been up there.
Well, you could fit like a bunch of Connecticut's in Florida, that's for sure.
Really?
Yeah. You can drive 2 hours anywhere and you'll be out of Connecticut if you're in Connecticut. Pretty much. So
pretty neat.
Yeah.
The weather is it pretty cold up there?
I'm used to it. Like in the summer it gets into the 90s eventually.
Oh, okay.
It's like 80s and 90s.
That's the both worlds then.
Yeah, and then last winter I actually got into the negative degrees, but that usually doesn't happen.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I lived up in Indiana for probably like 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. And the coldest I ever got from me was like I think I remember seeing it saying -4, and I didn't know how to like respond to that.
Yeah.
But people were telling me that they would like turn their garden hose on, and the water would come out. Give it 2 minutes, and that water would stop running.
Yeah, it would
It was
freeze.
that cold.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the family a bit. How big of a family you from?
Well, I'm a family of 4. I have my parents and I have a younger sister.
Younger sister. So holding out in the oldest, how's the family treating you on your your musical career? Do they support you?
Yeah, they of course they do. I've seen a lot of families that don't support their kids, and
Oh yeah.
I feel like if you find something that you love doing, then you should support your kid. Like, if they love doing that, then let them go for it. So
Yeah, of course. It's a shame because maybe most of the time they're out because they're just looking out for their daughter or their son. They don't want to get out there heartbroken or fall from a high spirit. But it's good that you have that support.
I would rather not make any money than do something I don't like. I don't love doing as a career. Like, if I don't make any money doing this musically, like, whatever, I'm doing what I love doing. I'll be happy doing it.
I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, you're put on this earth to just make yourself happy at the end of the day, and you don't want to be a tool. Working for the man and then going home to your apartment and just complicating suicide all because you're doing something you don't love.
Pretty dark there, bro.
Yeah. American dream is what I see, is just waking up, going to do your job, and having no problem with it. You love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say, it doesn't feel like a job. So
nobody does that anymore, though. Everybody goes to college for a job, not for something that they love doing.
Especially how the future's coming this way, man. If you like don't go to college, you're basically screwed. I remember people like older than me were telling me how like you got like a high school diploma and you still had opportunities. You still had things you could do. Today, dude, if you don't go to college, you're basically screwed. Well, even McDonald's may push you a little bit.
Even if you go to college, you're screwed in a way. Like, you can't even find jobs out of college.
It's getting taken a lot in the loans, man. If you're not that fortunate, loans will just suck you dry.
Well, if you have a high school diploma, you could be a mailman. They make $25 an hour. You just need to take a test.
Oh, have you done it?
I looked it up because of that. I need a fallback.
I got you. I think mine's comedy, and I think that's the worst fallback I could probably
comedy
think
is
of.
Like, there's less money in comedy than there is in music.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm falling hard.
Oh man.
So let's talk about the big difference between Connecticut and Florida. You moved down here about what, a year ago, almost now?
A little over a year. Yep.
Have you adapted yet?
I'm pretty adapted. Yeah, I'm used to the weather down here now. Like, I remember when I first came down here, I had to roll up the windows because it was too humid all the time. And it was horrible. I couldn't even deal with it. And now I have the windows down all the time. I'm fine with it.
How do you feel about it that it just rains every freaking day? And it's not just that type of like pleasing rain or anything that can put you to sleep. It's like it gets hot. It just gets humid.
I actually don't mind it, to be honest, because in Connecticut, you would have like days where it rains, like 2 or 3 days straight, and then it would be cloudy for like over a week and a half.
Is Connecticut like close to the sea?
Yeah, Connecticut's right.
Yeah, well, that probably explains it then. Yeah,
pretty close to the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah.
Did you guys deal with hurricanes like we do down here?
Out of all the time I've lived there, we got Irene. Hurricane Irene hit us.
How bad?
It was a category 1.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Could always be worse.
Yeah, and that out of all the years that I've lived there, that's the only one that they've had since 1927. So yeah, there's been 2 recorded hurricanes in Connecticut. So
lucky then.
Yeah.
I've been living in the middle of the country my whole life. Indiana and then Arkansas and Tennessee, so like I had no beaches or anything, no fun in the sun.
No beaches, man. I don't know. I couldn't live without a beach.
I guess I go to the pool and just shut my eyes and believe it's the beach.
Get a lot of sand.
Tell me about it. The worst thing about sand, like when it gets in your shoes, you're bringing that crap home with you. It's
That's
never
the best
leaving.
part, dude.
Dude, sand is never leaving. I don't care. Oh, just vacuum it up. No, dude, that stuff is staying.
It stays there, but I mean, it's like I got a beach house. I've got sand in my.
The first time I came over to your house, I came up and there was sand in your floor. You have hardwood floors.
Oh yeah.
And I would just be like barefoot in your house and be like, dude, you still got sand over here, man. He's like, oh yeah, I went to the beach, whatever. I was like, I can tell.
Yeah, man.
You brought the beach with you. Where's the sunscreen? So does anyone else in the family, are there any musicians at all in the family tree?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nope.
Not a singer, not a toot player, nothing.
My grandpa used to play guitar by ear, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So how does that make you feel that you're branching out for this? You're part of your family, the Rudker tree itself.
I don't know. I've never. I know a lot of people who go into music because their parents have been musicians.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I've really even realized. Like I don't think about that nobody in my family's a musician. So I don't know. I just
never thought of you. I got you. That's pretty cool. You know, you just bringing the new style to the family. Like what do you folks do?
My dad works with special needs kids and at the high school, and he has a degree for physical education and health, but the jobs aren't there.
That sucks.
Yeah, and my mom, she's a pharmacist.
Okay. So. I mean, are they happy?
Yeah, I think so. My mom is.
You hope so.
I think they are. Yeah.
Well, we'll see that.
They just had their anniversary, and
well, good for them.
It's the first time they were able to do it by themselves. Like they, not.
like they could be alone together, or
well, I mean, they got their house to themselves because me and my sister are in college now. So
I got you.
Yeah.
How long have they been together now?
This was their 24th anniversary. So
24
years.
Man, that's awesome. I hope I can hold something down for at least like
hold something down
24 like hours. It's crazy.
Dude, you'll need chains to hold somebody down.
Freaking dirty mind, man.
You gotta cut that out, dude. I didn't mean dirty, dude. I meant like, you know, you gotta keep them hostage.
It's all good. All right, so let's go on about artists and stuff.
All right.
I heard that I know that you're a big classic rock fan, the AC/DC and the GNR, big time. But who is your favorite artist of all time?
I would say Coldplay is my favorite artist.
Coldplay.
I think they're just a great band. They work really well together. They write really good music. The lead singer, Chris Martin, he writes a bunch of stuff, and yeah.
What makes them so great to you?
I don't know. Just it's hard to explain. I don't know. They work well together. That's the point of being a good band. Like the lead singer said that they aren't all prodigies, but they work well together, and that's what makes them.
It's just something popular. You can recognize.
Yeah, they're not all the best musicians in the world, but together they make something that's unique. So
cool. So is Coldplay kind of an inspiration for you as well?
Yeah, I would say so.
When you're writing your music, what's your target on your genre? I know you play a little bit of rock and jazz, of course. Yeah. We know that, but like, you know, does Coldplay or does GNR, you know, do you take any influence from them that you do when you write?
A little bit. I try not to write for a specific genre. I just write a song and just let it out, kind of.
Yes, best type of mindset to have.
And I guess it kind of brings in the rock pop that like Coldplay kind of has a little bit. Like,
yeah.
Johnny Buckland does a bunch of riffs in like almost every song that they do, and I try and do that in all the songs. And yeah, I
got you. That's pretty dope. Okay, so if there was one artist that you would be able to do some work with, not just meeting and shaking their hand, but actually getting to play with them,
Yeah.
who would it be?
There's probably 3 artists I would want to work with. Yeah.
Who would it be?
Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Okay.
Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day.
Is that the singer?
He's the lead singer.
Singer?
Yeah.
Okay, thought so.
And Norah Jones.
Norah Jones.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Why Norah?
Norah, because she's a really great jazz pianist, and I think she's the best singer, one of the best singers.
Yeah, she's got a good voice.
Her
very
voice
pretty.
is ridiculous. It's
that
amazing.
And like the fact that you can, like Norah, like she's got power behind it.
Yeah.
And like that stuff, I'm not saying you need it, but it's really good. Like it's good backing, man.
It's the subtlety in her voice, though. Really,
that's what sells on you.
That's what gets me. So
I got you.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So a big factor into getting somewhere is collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork. And everybody does it. Anybody that works out there alone, if you've made it that far, congrats. But there's nothing wrong with getting a little help.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done any collaborations?
I haven't yet, but I am open to doing collaborations. I've always felt music is a personal thing, so I haven't really branched out yet to do like a collaboration with somebody. So
okay,
but I am open to it. I would like to see what music comes of it.
Is there any you have any preference, of course, that you would want to do with anybody?
Style wise, no. I'd be down just to like jam and just see where something goes, and
hell yeah,
if we make something good and record it.
Just write it down.
Yeah. Basically.
Cool. So we go to Full Sail, and Full Sail is just a big pool of just talent, from rappers to folk singers, yodelers. I mean, we got it all there, and it's like a different type of crowd, especially compared to other universities. What are your thoughts on the fact that it's a whole different battlefield of just musicians? How do you feel about it?
I kind of like the it's kind of like competition, but it's also a friendly competition.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't hate anybody for doing the same thing you're doing. But
exactly.
I like the competition because it makes you work harder.
Oh yeah.
And make better music. So I like being able to put my music up against some of the people I go to school with because they're talented musicians also, and I just want to just see
shine off and rub off and and show what I can do
and listen to their music. And
I think it's just human nature to just kind of just want to impress and just show off when it comes to putting music out there.
Sometimes people don't like to admit it, but they like to show off. People like to show off.
Yeah,
of course.
It's in it. I mean, everybody does it sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
There's nothing wrong with being a little self-centered.
Yeah. Have a little bit of an ego.
And especially that in the music business, you need one.
Yeah.
But even being, especially being a guitarist too. I mean, there's just every third person in the world can play the guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you kidding me? It's amazing. Finding one's easy. Finding a good one's hard.
Mm-hmm.
How would you rate yourself on the guitar?
It just depends on. I feel like I've mastered the guitar.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, you say you put in your 10,000 hours and you're a master at something, but I mean, I've put it in there. I'm always learning something new. I'm not saying because I feel like I'm a master doesn't mean I know everything.
Of course.
I just feel like I've mastered it to the point where if I wanted to learn something, I could learn it really quickly and just easily because I know the guitar blindfolded.
See, that's pretty good too. It's a stepping stone, but all the greats out there from John Mayer to freaking Eddie Van Halen, that's how you get better at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Maintaining your skills and learning more and more every day.
Yep.
And you always want to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always want something. Always be hungry. Always want to have something new to learn. That's a good key.
Everybody's learning. I
know when I get on the drums, it's a good feeling to get something down, especially if I'm playing with people. And at the end of the day, if I get off and I feel all right, say, yeah, I nailed a couple beats and, I'm hungry for more. Throw a curveball at me. I get excited because, it's just another day for me to get better.
Yep.
So I can definitely relate to you on that.
Yeah, that's one of the best things.
Now, challenges come in all shapes and sizes. Especially being a musician, they can be a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking writer's block. I'm talking about being tone deaf at certain moments. You get crappy equipment. What are some challenges that the Rudker runs into?
The Rudker.
The Rudker.
That should be my new name on SoundCloud.
Shout out to the Rudkers. Check them out on SoundCloud. No, but what do you run into? What do you run into?
Well, mainly what you were saying earlier, writer's block. That's my number one that I always get. And when I can't write music, I can't think of something to write about because, like, I write so many love songs, man. That's like one of the. I'm one of those. I write so many, and I'm at the point now where I'm just sick. I'm sick of writing those kind of songs. So
I feel you.
I had to at least have like hundreds of them, so just like sitting around doing nothing.
That's like you like write them in a book or anything?
Yeah, I have a whole book full of them.
Man,
so
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like other things to write about.
So it's just a certain type of feeling. Is that how do I word this? Like when you're coming into the writing series.
Mm-hmm.
All you can get out of you is love songs. Is it the mood that affects that, or do you think it's more of my mindset?
I just think because love is like this is the strongest feeling.
Yeah,
it's the strongest human emotion.
Yeah, it's very important, of course.
So I think that's why it's easy to write about, and it also touches people when you write about that and
relatable.
Yeah, it's relatable. So
and that that's what sells too.
Yeah. I'm just sick of writing about it now. So.
Oh, of course. I'm a drummer, so I can only write so much. If anything, I can just be like, hey, does this sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Can we put it with whatever? That's about as all I can do. But if I'm doing the same damn beat over and over again,
yeah,
I kind of want to throw something around
some fills,
too.
Yeah.
Just fix it up. Do something different.
Mm-hmm.
You do something every day in the same way, you're bound to go insane. In fact, I think that's kind of the definition of insanity. Is doing something the same way every time and expecting not to go mad. I think that's what
or
that
expecting
is.
something to different.
Expecting something to change.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, the definition of insanity. Cool. Well, we were speaking about SoundCloud earlier, so we can go and talk about your content. What do you have out there that I
honestly don't have much yet because I'm just basically starting my online persona.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I coming to Full Sail. Actually, I just started doing that because I haven't really recorded myself professionally or at all. Basically, I've just been
doing home recordings.
That I have a little 8-track at home to record on. That is kind of crappy, but
you gotta work what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, and
I know people that are doing the iPhones, going in their bathroom, getting that reverb effect by just yelling into their bathtub. If it works, it works.
I do that with an actual microphone to record my vocals.
There you go. So it's just SoundCloud you got? Is there anything else?
Well, I have personal accounts on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, but I want to start a professional account. But I don't know if I want like 2 separate accounts, like a private and a
it's just
professional.
I mean, of course, it's your preference.
Yeah.
But if the fan base that you bring up and you grow, it's just how close do you want your fans to you? That's what it is.
I don't mind them really close, so that's why I don't mind like check out my personal account. I don't care. Like that's
my
who
friend.
I am. That's who I am. Like
look at the stuff I put. Hell yeah.
And I can turn it into a professional account, so I don't need 2 accounts. I don't need to be 2 people like some people tend to be in the music industry.
Yeah, they got their personal lives, and then they got their business or whatever life, which is totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
They always do say keep your personal out of your work life. It makes sense. Well, the stuff that you put, I mean, it's going to be a judge at the end of the day. What content is on the SoundClouds exactly? You say you have a little, but what is there?
I have a few spots that we did for like Full Sail. I have a spot for a Panera commercial, just a little short 30-second song, and then
Really?
a little like EDM 2-minute one for a Honda commercial. And then I released an instrumental just recently, actually a couple months back.
Instrumentals does sound like fun.
Yeah. I just took it and just went with it, and I didn't think any lyrics needed to go to it. So
That's the beauty of an instrumental too, is that it comes out innocent at first, and anybody can determine whether it needs words or if you just need to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Full Sail then. I mean, that is the reason why you're down here after all, right?
Oh yeah.
First off, what made you want to come to Full Sail? Move all the way down from Connecticut to this sunny state.
Honestly, it was the only college that had the right degree that I wanted.
Yeah.
But it was
Which was
music production.
Music production. Okay.
But it was actually the only college I could get into.
That makes two of us.
So yeah, I didn't try too hard in high school, but
Yeah.
I'm trying hard for this now because this is important to me. So
Yeah, high school, it's kind of important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a drag, but at the same time, you learn so many life lessons.
yeah.
But I got you. I graduated with like straight C's.
Oh, yeah.
And when I found out at this school, they were like, "Yeah, come. You just need a C average, and guess what? You don't have to take an ACT or
anything. Yeah.
or an SAT or anything." I was like, "Oh, sweet, sign me up."
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, neat. So the music production. When did you know? Like, was there anything that you wanted to do before music production? I don't know. Did you want to be a doctor or I don't know, a mechanic? Was there anything else that you had a fancy for?
Other than music, I didn't really have. I had hobbies that I didn't think I would want to pursue. Like
What were they?
I really like music. Or
Really?
really, movies. I meant to say. And,
Yeah.
I like just watching them and seeing how things are directed and like the cinematography. Like I wouldn't have mind being a cinematographer or something like that.
It's just the cinema, the world. It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
How do they make everything?
Yeah.
Any chance bonus features come my way? I love watching that stuff.
I love looking up the trivia for like some of the famous movies and just knowing a little about them, and
especially horror movies. I find those. I mean, of course, it depends what movie it is, but I think the horror genre, looking at that stuff on like behind the scenes,
it's cool.
That stuff's amazing.
Yeah, because on the new Evil Dead that came out.
Yeah. Is it like the third one, if I'm not mistaken?
No, they did a remake of the first one.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
and they used 80,000 gallons of fake blood.
Really?
Yeah, which is the most in any horror movie I think ever.
Like that's a new record?
Yeah, because they had a scene at the end. Spoiler alert, but it's just raining blood the whole time. So that uses up a lot of blood.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah.
Was the movie good?
I liked it actually. I thought it was a really good remake. To be honest, not too many remakes are good, but that one was dope.
I've only seen the first one, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
but
this one isn't funny though. It
sounds pretty gory.
Yeah, it was actually really gory, and it wasn't like funny like the actual originals and stuff.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the one was like slapstick humor, and then let's cut my hand off.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like that in this one. It's actually kind of I like that a little bit. So
just a change up.
Yeah.
And, when the times are changing, that's kind of what you have to do is you have to adapt with stuff like that, especially to the music industry. You never know what's going to come around in the next thing. I mean, disco, when it came out, it was hot. And everybody was into it. Give it 10, 20 years, it's vanished.
It's back.
What?
It's back. You hear Bruno Mars, man?
Oh, yeah, it's true. Bruno, he pulls a lot of it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it kind of died. I mean, I'm glad there's guys out there at Bruno and whoever else that does it. I'm glad that's a thing. But the point is that you need to learn how to roll with it. And just like in that movie business. What are your thoughts on that? On moving with the current?
I think it's important to be successful in a way, but you also got to stay true to yourself. And like, you don't want to lose your fan base,
Oh, of course.
but I guess, I don't know. It's hard to say going with the current. I don't know. You kind of stumped me on that one a little bit.
My bad. You can use whatever you want. But I agree with you. It is very important. You're going to get left behind. Some people may think you sell out. Some people may think, oh, he's not what he used to be. It's not his sound. He did whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fans are going to think whatever they want. But I think if you want to stay in the game, you're going to have to just find out what's popping. What's the next thing? Are they going to like this? That's another, you have to experiment. You're never going to find out unless you try. Makes sense.
Yeah, there should be a natural progression of things.
I mean, you can only get better.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to be the best thing at your craft. If you want to be, who's your boy from Coldplay?
Chris Martin.
Chris Martin. I mean, I like Coldplay. I love them. Yeah. They're awesome. And they've done a wide variety of genres as well.
Yeah, they started off almost rock, and they moved to a little alternative, and then they got more progressive, and then they just they did a little sellout because they're a pop band now, kind of.
Right.
But
which is understandable. I mean,
they just wanted a different sound, to be honest.
That's what they said.
That's what they said in the interviews. They didn't sell out necessarily. They just wanted to make something new each time. And if you listen to all their albums, there's something new in each of their albums.
Which is, in my opinion, kind of rare.
Yeah.
People can tell a different story all day, but keeping it fresh, that's a good thing. That's a good point. As a fan, how do you feel from them coming to this dramatic but rockish band to pop, and our newest hit song will be playing at the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I actually like it. I like all their music except for X and Y. That album was a little shaky, but
everybody's got a weak one.
It's got that one album, but it was still good. Like Fix You's on X and Y, and a bunch of Speed of Sounds on X and Y. But yeah, I like their progression because it's something new. Like I want to listen. Like if I want to listen to pop Coldplay, I'd put on A Head Full of Dreams. Or if I want to listen to a more progressive, just a different sounding Coldplay, I would put on Viva La Vida or Milo Xyloto,
right,
or something like that. But if I want to just chill out, I would listen to their first album, Parachutes, and
there you go.
Just vibe to that. So,
speaking of genres, the thing is, from what I've learned in class and just experience it, genres are more of just becoming moods than they are of just names, yeah, I love listening to rock all the time, but, what happens when I'm in a chill mood? What happens when I'm in, an upset mood? What do I want to listen to? That's what I think. That's what the genres are really becoming. What do you listen to?
You see that on Spotify now.
Oh, yeah. Especially, they make those categories. That and Pandora and YouTube Red, they do all that. When they ask what you listen to, and, when someone says, oh, whatever gets me moving, I'm a dancer.
Yep.
I like that type of stuff. So they don't say disco. They don't say trap. They don't say that. They say what they feel.
Maybe because they're a little uninformed too, but
it could be undermined. Who knows? What was I was trying to get? Well, on the change of there, Coldplay, they're like a Swiss Army tool, and that's awesome because not everyone out there is going to feel the pop for all the times. Everyone at least wants to switch it up. And good for Coldplay. When your moods are swinging, you can still listen to your favorite band.
Yep.
Because they've nailed multiple things.
They have. Yep.
Shout out to Coldplay. You're getting a good one on this.
Yeah. Chris Martin, if you hear this, we should do a collab. Definitely.
Hook me up. So, I know you're a big John Mayer fan. Is that true?
That is true, yeah.
What is John Mayer to you? Is he an idol? Is he the role model? Is he just a BA guitarist? Who is this Mayer of you?
I think he's the better musician form of me, basically. Because he went to Berklee College of Music, which I applied to and didn't get in.
What is Berklee?
It's probably the most prestigious music college in the world, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Boston.
Boston?
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't know if it was talent that I didn't get in, or you needed a 3.9 or like 8 to get into.
Oh, they push grades, huh?
Yeah, so I wasn't even close to that. I had 2.9 GPA. There was no chance of me getting that in school.
Damn.
So I don't know if it was talent or grades, but it could have been both anyway. But
John went there.
John went there. He went there for a month, and then he's like, I'm going to be better than everybody. And then he dropped out and kind of made
took
it big. Yeah, he went,
kind of just did what he said.
yeah, and he got found by a producer. I think a producer. I forget. He was at a tour that he was at, and he just got famous. Like he's a great guitarist.
Yeah, he shot like a rocket.
Yep.
I know Your Body Like Wonderland. I know that sold millions. That was awesome.
Yeah, man, that was like his first hit, wasn't it?
Probably billions too. Sold pretty well. So as a musician wise, is he respectful? Like, I'm sorry, is he like a respected musician?
Respectable, kind of. Yeah. He's. I think he's one of the best musicians and one of the best guitarists.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What makes him the best guitarist?
Just the way he plays. It's. He doesn't play fast. He doesn't need to play fast. He just plays and it tugs at your heartstrings, you know?
Right.
And that's what's, I think, the most important thing in a guitarist.
So it's more about emotion than how fast your fingers can go?
Yeah. I mean, that's all cool and everything. You can play fast and stuff like that.
Yeah, shred's amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't impress people, but do you want to impress people or do you want to evoke an emotion from somebody? And
right.
I think that's more important.
I agree. That's pretty cool. At the end of the day, you're going to get more fans that way.
Mm-hmm.
You can be impressive as Buckethead. Not saying Buckethead isn't one to mess with your heartstrings, but, you know, be flashy or be loved.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely go with love all day.
Definitely, man.
As someone once said, it's a very important emotion.
Oh, yeah. Somebody did say that.
I think I know. I think I know why you start writing a whole bunch of love songs now.
Yeah, they're all for John Mayer.
So let's talk about a little bit about your experience in the field. I'm aware that you've been in a couple bands, right?
Yeah. I'm in a band with you, if you remember.
True. Yeah. That is true. What about the old ones? Let's talk about those.
I was only in one other one.
Okay.
Back in middle school and high school.
Okay.
So I was in the band for a while. Just a 3-man band. Bassist, guitarist, me, and drummer, and that's it.
Who sang?
We were figuring that out for a long time. I sang for a little bit, and then we did hire a female vocalist.
Oh, okay.
And
did that work out?
No.
No,
it didn't.
I hear a whole bunch of bands like that where they get the female vocalist. She is the face of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And any lead singer generally usually is.
Yep.
I gotta ask, did anyone in the band, become a thing with this lead singer?
I did.
Oh, you dog. It's the one rule, man, with the female vocalists.
Yeah.
Don't date your bandmates.
Yeah, so that kind of ended that a little bit.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
How bad was it?
Well, I mean, it wasn't bad, but since I was in high school, I took everything pretty personally.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, we're all growing up. I got you.
Yeah, and I just took things too if that happened now, I'd be okay with it. It'd be awkward for a little bit, but whatever. But back then, I was just like, screw it, man.
No one understands me, dude.
Yeah, nobody understands who I am.
I'm just going to write a love song. Okay, well, going back to this old band. First off, what was the name? What were you guys called?
We didn't have a band, dude. We had one that was really shitty, and it was my dad made it up.
Really?
Yeah, it was that bad because we were so desperate. We were bored of education, but bored spelled bored.
Oh God, you're making my engineer over here cringe. Go ahead.
I can't say it with a straight face. That's it. Bored spelled like you're bored, like bored of education.
Oh my goodness, dude. Okay. So I gotta ask, when people ask for the band, Is that what came out of your mouth when you told him?
No, I said we were untitled, dude. I never said.
You know, you gotta have confidence with your name, but I think I can actually accommodate you for that. So, you know, props to you, man.
Yeah, that was bad, but we didn't mind being untitled, I guess.
Dude, there's a band out there. I don't even know if they still play. Have you ever heard of the Butthole Surfers?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that came from, but they did it.
Yeah, they made it work.
There's another band I heard of too. They're like from Poland, and their name literally is Shag Your Grandmother.
Shag Your Grandmother?
Shag Your Grandma. It's either grandmother or grandma.
Grandma.
And I don't know if you know what the slang for shag is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, boy, he ain't coming near my grandma. But if, you know, if that's your thing, it's your thing. I ain't gonna judge.
My grandma has dementia. What were you?
Freaky, man. Polish people. I don't know.
What?
Freaky. So, going on about the old band. What'd you guys play?
We played mainly like classic rock, like what I was saying, like AC/DC songs and Guns N' Roses, and we played. Then we kind of did a little punk because we did a lot of Green Day covers.
Yeah, Green Day's. I love Green Day, and the thing is, Green Day doesn't make that like they're not like Dream Theater. You know, they're not insane.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good.
And
and they're fun to play. They're easy to learn.
Yep. And we thought we could relate to them the most because we're a 3-man band.
Oh yeah,
guitarist.
That's right. Yeah,
bassist, drummer. Yeah,
I got you. So you did a little bit of the singing before you had to hire whatever her name was, and how if you don't mind me asking, how'd you feel in the singing? You know.
I felt a little nervous singing, to be honest.
Yeah, of course.
But
you say you were good. You think you're okay?
I'm better now. Back then I was bad, and I'm still not that great, but I can at least hold a tune, you know? I can sing a tune, and nobody will be like, wow, that guy sucked. They'll be like, oh, he was okay.
Yeah, I ain't come back.
Yeah.
Hey,
but
you got to do what you got to do.
I actually forgot. We actually were a 4-man band at one point because we had a different drummer.
Oh, yeah?
And the drummer that we had when we were a 3-man band became the singer for a little bit, and he played the keyboards for a little bit.
Getting some keys in there.
But that lasted for like a couple hours. But when I mean hours,
he just had an epiphany.
Like
He's like,
yeah,
hear me out.
Yeah.
I may be able to do something else.
It was actually, and I also forgot, we had another guitarist too. We had another rhythm guitarist.
Man, you need to open up your book? What
but
else?
we fired both of them.
Do you have a clarinet player as well? Or?
Yeah, and a triangle player.
Oh, yeah, man. You guys play any shows?
We played a few, what do you call it, talent shows.
Talent shows?
Like
good
at
for
the
you.
middle school. And
What'd you guys perform? If you don't mind me asking.
We wrote our own song.
Oh, okay, so you went with an original.
We went with an original, and we played.
Ballsy move,
we played. It was called Remembering Sunday.
Remembering Sunday.
And it was 3 chords, and it was really bad. But
so we got a 3-man band, inspirations, a Coldplay, writing a song about Sunday. I got you. Okay. I would love to see that live. I really wish. Do you still talk? You still talk with the old bandmate?
Yeah, I'm good friends with the drummer, but I haven't talked to the bassist in a while. He's doing something. I don't know. He's building a nuclear something or other. I don't know.
Just chose a different path in a career.
He's kind of working with his dad, I guess, and his dad is in like construction. Well, he oversees it, I guess.
He's got his own life.
He's
going somewhere. I got you.
So, and he calls me every once in a while. He's like, hey, dude, are you still alive? Because he told me, he's like, dude, you're either gonna like die at 27, like a musician, or like you're gonna be okay. And he's like, I worry about you, man.
And you a party animal in his eyes or something?
I guess so, yeah. And same with the drummer too. So,
well, what about the drummer? Do you know, like, is he still doing music and stuff?
Oh, well, no, he's shied away from that. A lot of people that I know that where musicians have shied away from it.
Yeah, to some people it's a stage, you know.
Not for them. They're still musicians. Like they still play, but
Well,
they don't want to do it as a career, I guess.
I got you.
Or they can't, or they don't think it's possible to do it as a career. I'm the only one who stayed with it.
But that's awesome.
Yeah, my drummer, he's in photography now. He works at a car dealership, so he does like 2 things.
Well, cool. Shout out to Kyle's old drummer out there and bassist.
Colton Dembski, man.
Wherever you guys are, man.
Yep.
Well, I know in high school, ironically, I was in with 3 different bands, one of them being a 3-man band.
Mm-hmm.
I was a drummer / backing vocals, and then the bassist and the guitarist. And the guitarist, he was great player. You name about any rock song, he could just pull it right there. He's done all the covers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a good guy. And I just remember we were running to the issue, no singer, because that's the hardest thing to find.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fitting the bill, it's the singer at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, I'll sing, you know. And at first I was like, okay, so you'll sing until we find a singer? And he was a little iffy, but he's like, yeah, that's fine. And the shows that we did, we probably did 10 shows total. And we never got the best feedback when it came to the singing. You know, you got the people that come and be like, oh, you were great. Yeah, good job. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's the people that give you the negativity that you're really going to listen to. That's what's going to help you construct. I mean, you could be a high schooler, take it all personal, or you can perfect your craft and at least give the criticism a chance and find out what's the best. And I remember that my dad, he would always make fun of me about it. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he would always make fun. He was like, yeah, it's good. You still got so-and-so singing? I went, yeah. He's like, dude, you need to find a little girl or something, get on stage. You're going to get way more fans like that because people like to see a hot little thing around there. I said, okay, Pop, I got you. But he would give us crap about it, and he was a good guy. Mm-hmm. We unfortunately had a fallout, and, you know, the band dispersed. But after that, me and the bassist, we stayed together. We still talk today. Good guy, Nathan Polt, Nat B, his stage name. He's all right at singing. You know, he's no Freddie Mercury, but he can definitely perform. And we would have him on front. He wrote a lot of songs, and, you know, he always picked me first as his drummer. And, you know, I was sat there with him and said, hey, you know, Days of Trent was the 3-man band name. I was like, hey, Days of Trent's gone, man. As long as you got my back, I got yours. So we became Nat B and the Boys.
Nice.
Boys with a Z.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, edgy. And we had fun. We were able to like do our first music video. There was some contest. I don't know who was hosting it. I could say Guitar Center. It was some music shop, but it was like get out of the garage. What you basically do, make your own music video, submit that. If it does well, you get a record deal. They fly you out to, you know, record you and stuff. Basically, you know, you get a like a headshot of just trying to get out there in the music business. Yep. We didn't win, but we still had a lot of fun making the music video.
I bet.
Still on the internet, and I still show it to people. Be like, hey, you don't see something cringy?
Yeah, you showed that to me.
See, there you go. But yeah, it's a good time. Doing the bands in high school, they're fond memories of mine, and they're fun. I think a lot of people do them for either hobbies, they want to be serious, or for an experience. And the band that you and I are in today, I'm trying to go for the long run.
Yeah.
How about you?
Right now, I see it as, potentially we could, if we got somewhere, then we could get bigger. But just we're on a kind of like almost like a time crunch because we're graduating soon.
Oh yeah.
So
7 to 6 months, we're out of here, and who knows what takes us.
Yeah. So we need to find something soon, pretty much.
Somebody hit us up quick.
Yeah. I am having fun though. So.
And that's the important thing at the end of the day, because it's creating memories, man. It's stuff you're gonna be talking about.
Yeah.
Like on a podcast.
Yeah, I haven't jammed this on a podcast. Yeah. I haven't jammed like this in a long time, so it's been fun because my other band, we broke up like way before I graduated high school, so like middle of high school. So
oh yeah,
I haven't jammed with anybody since
Well, you're good at it. I'll give you that.
Thanks, man. You too.
Oh, thank you. All right. So before we go and wrap up the show, I always ask the client the importance of how to become a musician is to learn from the best and always take everyone out their strengths and weaknesses, apply it, find out how the hell to get better.
Mm-hmm.
What advice can you give, Kyle, to the listeners out there?
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to my advice. I'm no professional. I haven't been in the industry for that long. I'm not the smartest guy. I told you I had a 2.9 GPA in high school.
Not judging, boy.
But
like I was any better.
If I would have to say one thing, it would just be confident in yourself and in your music.
Confidence.
Because I know so many people who make really good music and they aren't confident to show it to people. And if they knew that they were a good musician, even when they do, like, people tell them that, they're still not confident. You need to be confident because people need to hear your music. That's how you're going to get recognized and potentially get lucky and meet a producer or somebody, like an executive or something. Who knows? Confidence,
man. You need that.
Confidence is like the basis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't say it better myself. Kyle, that's some good wisdom of words, man. I hope it goes through the people's hearts and ears when they hear it.
Well, thanks for having me on the show.
Of course, man. Thank you for coming.
Of course, dude.
All right, guys. That was KirbKast Season 2, Episode 2 with Kyle Rudker. Be sure to follow Kyle on SoundCloud, and if you feel like invading in his life, I'll be sure to put him in the link description.
Yeah, check me out, bro.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Kirby Farrell, and I'm signing off. Bye-bye.